Well, good morning. So those of you who have just joined or aren't aware, I'm working my way through the book Making Marriage Simple, 10 Relationship-Saving Truths by Harville Hendricks and his wife, Helen McKelly Hunt. And today is Being Present for Each Other Heals the Past, which is chapter 4. It's the fourth Relationship-Saving Truths. And Helen they take turns writing the chapter. So Helen is writing this chapter sort of piggybacking on chapter 3, which was conflict is growth trying to happen. So she starts the chapter, now, finally, drum roll please, we get to the heart of what seems to be part of the universal mystery. There's an amazing thing that happens when we transform the energy of conflict into growth, allowing us to answer the true calling of committed partnerships. You become your partner's healer, and they become yours. As you start listening to your partner in a new way, you will realize an important fact. Your partner's needs are a blueprint for your own healing and growth, and your needs are a blueprint for your partner's. So for me, the magic and really mystery of the Imago understanding of relationships is that we tend to be attracted to a partner who challenges us in the same way we were challenged as kids. And it's not about blaming parents. All parents do the best they can do, but just as a human race, we haven't figured out how to meet all of our kids' needs all the time. So we all have unmet needs, and some obviously more serious than others. But if it stays unconscious, it can be a recipe for disaster. But if we can reframe it and become more conscious, it's a chance for each partner to meet the needs of the other that weren't met well growing up, and in so doing, grow themselves. It really is a mystery, but I'm sure that they're right on. So Helen suggests, now think about this. The common way of thinking about relationships goes something like this. When a relationship is in trouble, it's assumed that one or both of the people need fixing. So they go to a therapist or they buy books about fixing one or the other. And she says it's usually the other. If you would just get, okay. The belief is that each individual in the partnership has to get healthy in order to create a healthy relationship. Harville and I flipped that idea on its head. We believe that if a relationship is in trouble, the couple needs to focus on healing the relationship, not on themselves. In fact, Harville and I would assert that the best way to heal a relationship is not to repair the two people, but the space between them. And after 30 years of working with couples, I think the fastest way forward now for folks is to focus on the space between. You cannot keep putting negativity in there because the negativity causes disconnect, and what you want is to connect. So what is this space between she's talking about? She goes on, it's a cosmic energy field that supports you both in your relationship. Just as physics is part of the physical world, we believe there's a physics that governs the space between you and your partner. Every word, tone of voice, every glance affects the space between. Even the unspoken communication of your body language, called nonverbal cues, contributes to this energy field. Your goal is to make the between safe. This means loving and empathizing with each other through it all. And yes, we mean all. Your partner's fun and happy feelings and their not so fun ones. When two people make the space between truly sacred space, that's when the healing can happen. By sacred space, we mean space that is absolutely holy. The between may look like ordinary air, but don't ever treat it in an ordinary way. Your relationship needs to be the most important thing in the world to you. Never, never, never violate the space between with anything that will hurt your relationship. Truly think of it as holy ground. And any couple I ask, if I ask, can you tell when there's tension between you? And they all agree. It's either tension-free or it's not. And what they're saying is that energy field is real, and you have to protect it. So she goes on again. How will this healing take place that she's talking about? The key to the transformation is safety. By safety, we mean two people living in a relationship with neither feeling hurt, criticized, or put down by the other. When your partner doesn't feel safe, they put up their defenses. When this happens, you may think you've been living with your partner, but you've actually been living with their defenses. If you can help your partner feel safe, they will soon drop their defenses to come out and play. Only then can they do the work they need to do. Healing happens only in a safe environment. Without safety, healing won't happen. So going back to the title for this chapter, being present for each other heals the past. So in my own relationship, by just being present to my partner in a completely safe way, allows her to become all she's capable of becoming. And the same for me. Remember I said at the start, we're all bent out of shape, some more than others. So we're all in need of healing, and it's not that we need therapy. That's why I like the term coach, because to me the connotation around therapy is that there's something wrong with you. Whereas as a coach, there's nothing wrong with my guys, but sometimes what they're doing is not working. And I think the same thing is true of relationships. Making the space between a safe place allows that healing to take place. So in conclusion, she says, if it's true that we're all wounded in relationship, then we can heal only in relationship. That is why we have to answer the call to become each other's healers. And it all hinges on what we choose to put into the space between. So maybe your mantra for this week is no blame, shame, or criticism in the between. Make it a safe place. Okay, so then next week, chapter 5, it's not what you say, but how you say it. So I'll see you then. Have a great week. And I think we're coming up to Victoria Day, so that's good. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Cheers.